Today is the 26th of August and it's nearly 20 to 4 and I'm walking into Orizon. I need to try and pick up a prescription for my cholesterol tablets. I don't have the prescription, but the secretary said apparently, because my doctor Ofu was on holidays, and the secretary said you can pick it up anyway. So I'm just walking down the little street where the horses used to be. I guess that's clear. And I'm on number 10 here, but number 9 was a mistake. The audio track 9 is just 5 seconds. It's an interesting batch. I think the last few entries, which go from the end of July, well, up to the end of August. We were on holidays last week, me and Flo, to the region around north of Narbonne, Carcassonne. We visited Rodez, Albi, Source de la Ciel, something like that. Lots of medieval villages and towns, beautiful cathedrals, and a nice hotel, even if the room was really just a bed and a bathroom. But we had a nice time. We had a nice walk as well, and one day in this place with a big kind of a canyon in the end of this village. You kind of had a river at the bottom. And I was a little exhausted at the end of some of the days, I have to say. It's days like that when you see who has the more energy. It's definitely Flo. She said at one point we were in Albi and we'd spent the day going around other places, and one place I think was going up a hill. And by the time we got to Albi it was evening and I was like really getting ready for bed, and Flo was let's go, keep walking around this place. And I had to let her go, and I said I'm gonna just sit here for a while. And I ate a packet of crisps. Just, I'm like the old man, you know. Can't go anymore. So anyway, we came back. When did we come back? Saturday, I think Saturday. And it was a hell of a drive back. We drove through the small roads. We went first to, I think, Nîmes, Avignon, Cavelion, and then this really long stretch to Pertuis, which by that time we'd been on the road for about 6 hours, even though we had a break. We stopped in a restaurant, La Dolce. Flo had a salad and I had, and I was hoping it would be nice, chicken burger and chips, but it was, it was the cheapest round chicken shit that you get processed in the box, you know, the cheapest shit you could find in the frozen section in a supermarket. Probably not even with the brand name like Carrefour or Intermarché on it, probably coming from Indonesia or something, and probably 2% chicken. I had that on this big fucking hard burger with this kind of industrial sauce, and I had some salad and greasy chips. I was kind of saying to Flo and myself, I said, you know, because when I came home, I had when I go home eventually, I lay on the couch and I had a packet of crisps, roast chicken Lay's crisps, and I had a Red Bull, small can. And I just said to myself, you know, I've enjoyed that more than the fucking €40 kind of, what would you call it, slop in the restaurant. And it really is like that so often. You think, I go to a restaurant and you have this or that, and then you think, you know, that slice of toast that I had the other day with some Conte, or with Conte and some spring onions. I enjoyed that more than... Yeah, I had a cheese plate in Rodez, I think, that was it. And it was just all the same cheese. They couldn't even be bothered to give me a selection of cheese. It was this tasteless fucking type of cheese. And bread that's like hard. God, I don't know why people... You have to do something about these. I mean, it is possible to find a place and have a perfect cup of coffee and a perfect slice of cake. Sure, it exists, but fuck me, 90% of this stuff is just... You really would be better off buying an apple and eating it in the fucking car, or like we did, a packet of crisps. It's dreadful. The stuff that they serve. I think we had chips somewhere else. It was the same thing. They were just awful. Anyway, this is not meant to be, because the holiday was actually quite good. Me and Flo got along very well. We didn't have any disputes, except one night we had a bit of an argument, the usual stuff. Me feeding Tuco too much, and I got annoyed and said, I'm gonna keep feeding him if I want. I don't care how fat he gets. And then as soon as I said it, I thought, what a fucking stupid thing to say. But otherwise, I think like Flo said, she was quite happy with how laid back I was. I'm like, fine, we just go where you want, and if you go the wrong way, it's fine, and if you want to take 6 hours going home, I don't mind. And that worked, and instead of being, because Flo said, oh, it's amazing because you're not, you don't, it'd be much better if you were engaged, if you wanted to do this, wanted to do that. If we shared all this stuff, it'd be great, and her mum and dad are like that. And I get defensive when she says that, at least I used to. Because it is obviously more idyllic if that was the situation. And I'd like to be like that, but God, I had to kind of admit to myself, fuck, you know, it is what it is. She's right. I have no interest in any of these, going to any of these places. I'm along for the ride, basically. You know, and hopefully it's more pleasurable for Flo to have me there. She's got company, someone to walk around with and eat with, and then we sleeping in the same bed. I hope it's better than it would be with just her and Tuco. But I have to kind of call a fucking spade, you know, it's true. I just don't... I can't imagine what I want to see. But yeah, it worked quite well. And now I'm back, going in to get some tablets and post some... Flo is sending off all the leaflets and the information about the area to Christine and to Isabel. And I have my scan Friday. I hope it all goes well. My stomach is bloated now. I don't know why it's bloated right now, but it is. And I'm quite tired a lot of the time. I think I definitely, if I'm going to set up some kind of a structure, I need to get up early, maybe 9, or walk Tuco and then do a few hours, but I really need to sleep in the afternoon. I think I need a good few hours rest in the afternoon, and then awake for a while in the evening, and then bed. I have no energy. Then in September we're off to see Merite, and I'm quite getting psyched up for these injections. I'm hoping they could work. And when Flo ambushes me with questions like this morning, so what are your plans? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because we don't have any money. We need money. What are you going to do? I try very hard not to get defensive or angry or insecure or upset or anxious. I try to be honest and just say, well, this is what I'm going to do. It's not much, but it's all I can kind of come up with at this time, and then I could follow that with. But of course, if you have any other ideas, I'm all ears. So I'm going to do this and that. Online work, teaching, all crap. But I still feel if I could just do something online and earn €5 even, start the kind of ball rolling, get some money in my PayPal account, it might motivate me. At the moment it's all I find a site and I'm involved in it for 2 hours and then I never look at it again. I do HTML, some of this stuff. I did quite a bit of that, but now it's finished. I don't think I'll go back to it. Everything is stop and start. So I don't know what September has. We listened to Eckhart Tolle on the way home. We managed to get through a good 3 hours of the book. And it is a pretty helpful philosophy, Eckhart, if you can get into it. The notion that was there ever anything but the moment, and when you worry about something in the future, it's a fantasy. It doesn't exist. The thing only exists when it happens in that moment. I've spoke about this endlessly as well, because when I listen back to recordings I can hear myself say, well, I've got this French test in 6 weeks, I'm a bit apprehensive about it. And then it comes and it's over, you know. I've got this stage and it comes and it goes. And when you're listening to an hour tape, you kind of think, wow, it did you no good considering these things in the time between, you know. Now, that's not to say if you're going to do an exam for your French, you shouldn't study, of course, but there should be no psychological negative thinking about what this or that would be like. And I'm pretty good when it comes to, for instance, the eye injections. I can really put them on my mind as I'm walking here, you know, it's not bothering me. And I've kind of what did they say when they spin stuff? I've spun the thing into a positive event that can perhaps have some great effect on my sight. So, hey. But it's not, I'm not dwelling on it. It's just something that's there that will happen at some point. That's the way you need to be with everything, and to try and stay present. I'm just walking down toward the first lot of houses here, coming down the hill. Flo's going to India in December, I was planning on going back September in a week or two to Ireland, but I've already said to my mother I'm struggling to get a flight, and I'm kind of trying to worm my way out of that one, to be honest. I know Flo would be delighted if she could get me out of the fucking house for a week. But the thing is, I just don't want to go. I don't want to sit in an airport, and I don't want to arrive home, and I don't want to... I don't want to be an offense to my mother or anybody. I enjoyed the time there, but I know it's going to end up me counting down the days to going back. I want to stay put. And when I go back, I really want it to be because I really want to go back. So I'm going to try my best to avoid this trip. Same thing goes for December, I would think. If Flo goes and takes Tuco, and I've just got the cat, maybe 2 cats, I could see myself getting into some television show, and the days are short, and I could see myself thoroughly enjoying my own company for the month. That's what I want to do, I think. I may say I'm going to plan on going back to Ireland and stuff, but I may just lie about it and not go. I have to be careful about that. If I say, yeah, I'm going to go to blah blah, and then she starts talking to the Manleys about looking after the cats, and I find I've dug myself in a hole of lies and deceit. A web of deceit and lies. Yeah, but you said you're leaving on the 15th of December and you're going to Ireland for a fortnight. Yeah, I can't. The flight was cancelled. Give me your mobile phone, I'll book another flight. It could go disastrously wrong. I have to think about that one. I think I just have to be honest and say I don't want to go. I'm really looking forward to just being on my own here for a month. No offense, no you, no Tuco, nothing. Honestly, I will be absolutely fine. I shall binge watch shows, I'll walk in the afternoon. I'll get up late, I'll go to bed late, it'll be fucking great. Just be honest. So that is that, just to bring you up to speed on the holiday. A good holiday. But like everything, we celebrated our 20th anniversary as well on the 20th of August. So that's good. And even Flo was nostalgic about that. But that brings you up to date. It's been a pretty relaxing couple of weeks, really. And the year is moving along nicely. I'm enjoying the fact that I don't have to... You know, I guess if we had a new French course and there was money coming in, I obviously would do it. And I'd be happy to do it. But it would be so great to, and I don't see the how of this, but I wouldn't have seen the how of what I'm doing now when I was in prime time either. What I'm saying is I don't see how I can be in a situation where I jump out of bed at 7 o'clock in the morning. Can't wait to get to work. And everything fits into place. There's no driving in the dark. There's no driving very far. It's a job that I like doing. Maybe it's even a bit creative and not just boring. There's some good money in it at the end of the month. And everybody's happy. That's called a life situation, as Eckhart Tolle would say, and although it promises much, it might not be that if it happened in any way. Although it's not so bad to have a goal and stuff. One mustn't dwell on that and think, well, until that miraculous day arrives, I will be unhappy. You have to find a way to be perfectly content and centered in the moment. And whatever you do, don't think, well, when this and this is achieved, I'll be fucking whole. Because I'm old enough to know that that's a load of bollocks at this point. I do beg your pardon, I am sorry for the language. But it's not, you know, when I get this, I'll be happy. When this is... It would be a good thing, by all means, to have a job and some money and like doing whatever it is. But there'll be other elements to contend with. And anyway, I quite enjoy not having any job. It's just the money is the problem. It's not the job. I couldn't care less about a job. I'm perfectly capable of enjoying the days without doing very much. But again, it would be a crime to start wishing away the years. If only I was 68. No. I'm not even guaranteed tomorrow. I'm in a pretty good place at the moment, by the way, it's fair to say. That Cartel thing is good. It goes in there somewhere. We haven't thought about it much or spoke about it much, but like he said himself, if you kind of let the stuff go in, and it can grow at a later date. Something that was said can come back, you know, at the right time. Stay in the moment. 22 minutes it's taken me. I'm now walking under the depot where they give the grain to the lorries, heading to the path. And my stomach is like a balloon, bloated, which makes me look fat. But other than that, I don't have many aches in my joints, which is probably because I haven't taken any cholesterol tablets in a week. I also I'm certainly not out of breath. For the last 2 days I've been eating salads like Flo. I'm not sure why. It was just kind of almost it was almost like an impulse yesterday. We were getting ready for lunch and I just thought, I'm gonna have a big fucking salad, and it just turned out Flo had some rocket as well, so. And today the same thing. I'm kind of interested in the idea, you know, if you try different foods, maybe they will help your body to churn out more of those energy protons. It's actually a good idea to visualize this process. Like a city building game or something, you know. I need to get all this particular type of ore and oil into the factory, and then I can produce the, what do they call it, I can't remember the name of the fucking stuff. But I should visualize my body like that. If I can get a little bit of green, some fruit, a little bit of peppers and olives and you know, vegetables, then imagine that there's more sources of energy, little energy streams, like money streams. But the more little energy streams you have going because of the various foods you're eating, the better you'll feel. You're able to walk to and from Orizon without feeling you're going to pass out. I am now walking past the Residence Bellefontaine, the old folks' home. times 25. I have to decide to either stop this particular broadcast because it's going to be just traffic now, or I decide to turn off and I go the long way into town. Let's turn off. 25 minutes that's good. Adios for now.